Hi everybody, and welcome back to video number 2 in Chapter 9, Appendix Alpha. And when we left off, we were looking at the sum of the overhead variances equaling the under or over applied overhead cost for the period. Okay, so as we finish this PowerPoint, now we're going to take a look at reconciling overhead variances and under-applied or over-applied overhead. And here's an example. We're going to use some Coca-Cola examples again. And our predetermined overhead rate is $4 per machine hours. The standard machine hours allowed for the actual period was 84,000 machine hours. And that resulted in $336,000 of manufacturing overhead that we applied, $4 times $84,000. But the actual manufacturing overhead was $380,000. That resulted in the difference here of $44,000, which was under applied, as actual was greater than what we applied. Okay, so now if I look at this from an equation standpoint, my variable manufacturing rate variance is going to be equal to my actual hours times my actual rate minus the actual hours times the standard rate. I think I said that right. Actual hours times the actual rate and minus the actual hours times the standard rate. So here, that was $100,000 when we multiplied the actual hours times the actual rate. And we then would subtract 80,000 hours times the dollar standard rate. And that left me with the variable portion being $12,000, unfavorable. Okay, so the variable manufacturing rate variance. Now we'll take a look at the variable manufacturing efficiency variance. And that is going to be the actual hours times the standard rate minus the standard hours times the standard rate. And so in this case, we had 88,000 actual hours times the standard rate. And we had our standard hours of 84,000 hours times the dollar of variable manufacturer standard rate. And that left me with a $4,000 unfavorable manufacturing overhead efficiency variance. Okay, so if I sum all these variances up, we have our variable, and I might add that terminology is very important with these. So be sure you kind of get that well locked into your minds as far as these definitions. The first one is the variable overhead rate variance, and you'll remember that was $12,000 unfavorable. And then we had the variable overhead efficiency variance of $4,000. Then we had the fixed overhead budget variance of $10,000 unfavorable dollars, and the fixed overhead volume variance of $18,000 unfavorable. And if we sum all those overhead variances together, it comes out $44,000 unfavorable. Okay, I think that this PowerPoint presentation goes through this very well. So if you pay attention carefully to what's going on here, I think you'll stay on top of these overhead variances. Well, that looks like it ends this particular video. And when we return, we'll take a look at the next Chapter 9 set of videos, and that's going to be the Appendix Bravo. Until that time, bye for now.